During the live stream, Chad allegedly yelled, "Don't be a lazy blank. Why aren't you pumping the gas?" before mocking him to viewers by saying this blank is aping out. Police say Douglas snapped, knocking Chad unconscious before allegedly dousing him in gasoline and setting him on fire with a cigarette. The flames quickly spread.
Yeah, what's shaking, everybody? Tell a friend that it's him again. J King, the one, J King, back with another crazy video. Yo, finally we back, man. Look, I know I took a couple of weeks off and everything, man. Been gone for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But I'm back, man. Yo, I just want to apologize, man, for not being as consistent as I wanted to be real quick, man. But you know, just gotta take care of things, man. You know what I mean? I got a full-time job and everything, the things of that nature. But I am working on a process so I can start, getting this content out to y'all on a more consistent basis. So please bear with me. You know what I'm saying? I am working on it, and I will remedy the situation. So look, right? So we got a dude that wants to, you know what I mean? He got a Chud the Builder copycat. I haven't watched this video. I've heard about the story, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't really gotten dug too deep into it. So this is an authentic reaction. So without further ado, let's get to the crazy.
The Chud the Builder case is more viral than ever, and everyone seems to be sitting in anticipation of what's gonna happen next. And according to a man on Instagram, he might beat this entire case after the arrest report was just made public. But that isn't all we're gonna cover in this video. Apparently, allegedly, there was a Chud the Builder copycat in Detroit, of all places, who attempted to do the same thing by going up to people and saying racist things, and he got smoked. Quick part.
In case y'all don't know for a fact, this is the fact. It's not my opinion. Detroit, Michigan is one of the blackest cities in America. There's not many cities you're gonna find more black people. Like, seriously. And you chose Detroit of all places to do this?
Now this is Ian Byington. In his bio it would state free speech, which is like the main defense for the Chud the Builder supporters, is it's free speech. Doesn't matter what he said, it's free speech. He should be able to say it without getting killed. That's more so the main thing everyone is pushing behind the defense of Chud the Builder. Now with almost 300,000 followers, Ian speaks his mind and he comes with what he believes are facts. And
what does free speech have to do with brandishing a weapon and pulling out a weapon on people and running down on people, just saying just blatantly just disrespectful racist things to people? What does that have to do with anything? Absolutely nothing.
Some of his videos.
Chud the Builder had to shoot a man in self-defense after he was slammed to the ground and this man tried to take his gun. His name is Joshua Fox. He's a 33-year-old black man. He'd previously been arrested for trying to kill his wife with a screwdriver. He was beating his wife. He called up random people with multiple different phone numbers and threatened them, and he tried to burn down a building full of people. Joshua Fox started this confrontation, calling Chud the Builder over, insulting him, aggravating a situation. Chud the Builder de-escalates and actually walks away. This man follows him, then assaults him, slamming him to the ground, which is seen on video. Joshua Fox lived. He is fine. American blacks believe that if someone says a mean word, then they can do whatever they want.
Now with everything he just said right there, from what I read about Joshua Fox, was he held a screwdriver to his wife. He never stabbed her or attempted to stab her. And at one point, he attempted or threatened to burn the apartment complex with an aerosol can, which is like basically holding a fucking, I don't know, like a Febreze can or something with a lighter. Realistically, you're not gonna burn out anything with that.
Yo, this dude Joshua Fox, real quick, he clearly has mental issues. From what I understand, he's ex-military. He suffers from PTSD, which means he probably saw some kind of action. He's not playing with a full deck, you know what I'm saying? And you out here, this dude is a vet. Like, this dude is he's probably a little shell-shocked. He's probably went through a few things, you know what I'm saying? He's probably had a few slugs that passed through his head from some of his homies, some of his peoples. And this is Memorial Day and I'm recording this, so some of his peoples have probably been laid to rest. arrest at some point for whatever reason. He probably done seen people, you know, get passed on and get unalived in the most unspeakable ways. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what this man done been through. This man has been in the battlefield. This man has worn a uniform. So let's not ignore those things. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure that we keep those things into account. You know what I mean? Like, this man deserves grace, just like everyone else who served and who's got PTSD, this, that, and the third. He don't deserve no less grace because this is Chud the idiot, whatever that this is himself. So just keep that in mind whenever you wanna, you know what I mean, when you're trying to judge this situation.
But that's what he was arrested
the hero
for.
Who's the real hero?
So it wasn't that he brutally beat his wife and attempted to stab her, no. But he did catch a domestic case. I don't know if he was convicted of it or just arrested, but that's the reality of what it was. Now, obviously, if you have a guy like Ian, who's 100% on Chud's side, he's gonna be biased to some degree. Like a lawyer, he's gonna make the other guy sound terrible and make his client sound better. So we have to look at both sides of the situation from an unbiased perspective. But
real quick, Chud the Builder had he didn't know any of these things. It's just like when a cop, like, you know what I'm saying, they arrest somebody and then a shoot, something happens, somebody gets popped, and then they want to go into the guy's house. Oh, well, the guy was convicted of drugs 13 years ago and he served 6 months in prison 5 years ago. Da 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 da. And like, yo, what did that have to do with anything? You didn't know that when you approached them. So why? I don't know. I hate when they try to bring up a person's past as if that had anything to do with what was actually going on at the time.
Ian's about to come with some fucking facts, and a lot of people aren't gonna like it. And to be real, you can't get mad at facts. You can't feel disrespected by the truth, because what he's about to show you is actually what happened.
They can even murder them.
I'm as cute as a him is girl.
In 2021, a Dunkin' Donuts employee, Corey Pujols, murdered an...
This happened in Tampa. I'm gonna pause it because it quickly switches. But Corey, who was working at Dunkin' Donuts, he was called a slur by an old white guy. He punched him, and when the guy fell and hit his head, he died.
An elderly man for saying a racial slur, and many people argued that it was justified. You don't even have to say the N-word. You could say something that almost sounds like the N-word, and they'll try to assault you.
Yo, dummy, leave black people alone. Simple as that. Leave us the hell alone. Leave black people alone. We're not out here bothering you. We don't know what I'm saying. This young man is at his job trying to do his minimum wage crappy job, and here you got this old white piece of crap coming into some young dude's job harassing him, and you really think that they're just words? Listen, here's some words for you. Leave us the F alone. You know what I mean? Leave black people alone, for real, man.
This guy, I think this was in Italy, I forget the exact country, but this is an American right here on the left, and he mistakes what this man said for the N-word. If you go and watch the stream, he definitely didn't say the N-word. So he basically demands he apologize or he's gonna slap him, and this dude doesn't even know what the guy's talking about.
No, you do speak. You said I heard you say.
No, I mean, it's short.
5 seconds to apologize. No, open hand.
In fact, there are many black people who commit murder and get off on a technicality because their IQ is too low, or they actually murder this person, they're convicted for it, like the 2 murderers of Ethan Liming, who got sentenced to 6 months, and the murderers of Valerie Schwab, who got 5 years probation. Emily Chapa, academics, Stack Swopo, and others basically called for him to be murdered.
I want to continue. You want something violent to happen.
Somebody don't knock his fucking head off.
You gotta be very skeptical of news that comes from a white supremacist. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to non-whites, you gotta be skeptical of the information. Those, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about those situations. I'm not gonna sit there and say those situations happened exactly the way he just tried to speak about it, which I highly doubt. I take what they say with a grain of salt. Yes, the situations might have happened, but I'm sure there's a lot of very vital, important information that he's leaving out. So just keep that in mind.
Was a troll, bro. That man says the craziest things, so you can't really take his word for it. As far as academics, I don't really agree with him saying that, because you're calling for violence. And like I explained in a previous video, I'm not gonna call for someone to do something I'm not willing to do myself. If you're not willing to be that crash dummy, don't call for it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, what you speak into existence can always come back to you. You don't want to be held responsible for something like that. It's similar to the situations where I believe there was a girl on the phone with her boyfriend and she told him to, you know, whatever, and he did. And then she got held responsible for that. You don't want to call for violence, especially in a situation you don't want anything to do with.
First Amendment, right?
It's just a bad look all around.
How the fuck he's still alive?
Just so we're clear, people posted this man's address every single day. They stalked him. They were planning on murdering him. People were posting about how he should be murdered to a large audience. People murdered his dog.
Someone killed my dog, guys.
They were threatening his entire family. And then he got arrested because somebody kicked him out of a restaurant. And then he was interrogated until 3 a.m. by federal agents.
His dumbass got arrested because he chose to skip out on the bill. He didn't want to pay the bill. It's a $400 bill, which is a felony. Dashing and dining is a freaking felony. I know I was locked up with somebody who did a whole bunch of dashing and dinings and they had 3 years. So yeah, dashing and dining is a felony, homeboy.
My phones. Oh, you know, the FBI is interested in talking to you. We're waiting on him. I said, listen, I don't give a fuck. I have nothing to hide. It's 2 a.m. in the fucking morning. I'm just tired of shit. I know you guys do this shit on purpose.
Federal agents took his electronics and froze his bank account and wiped his Apple ID.
I wake up the next day, I try to go to the Apple store and buy new phones because I don't even want the old ones back.
He's terrorizing American citizens.
Bank card won't work. Go to the ATM, won't work. I'm calling the bank, customer service on the phone with them. Hey, can you unlock our card? Doesn't work.
The Montgomery County Sheriff that charged him and condemned him so harshly stopped posting inmate mugshots because his fat daughter was found guilty of aggravated abuse, abusing multiple children at a toddler daycare that they managed. This is what you're looking at. Sanctimonious bullshit from law enforcement, violent psychopaths who murder dogs and threaten your family, and you deal with criminal thugs who want to burn down buildings of people, assault their own family members, and murder random strangers. And you want...
And again, Chud the Builder did not know that when this whole incident went down. He had no idea who this man was. He didn't know what this man was there for. He just saw some black dudes and went by his little spiel, this little shtick. Hey, the chipping out. Hey, stupid old dumb.
Do they have the moral authority to try to condemn somebody like this?
The ramifications of that, even if I'm exonerated in trial for something like that, the world would never be the same, and my world would never be the same.
As it should.
In not a good way, not a way that I'm looking forward to. I do not want nothing like that to happen. I don't want any of that to happen.
Chud the Builder had to shoot...
Say this. Chud brought all of this onto himself.
He did this to himself.
At any point in time, he could have attempted to correct the situation by apologizing or just stopping what he was doing.
How about the fact that he could have just, he could have said, you know what, instead of me doing this dumbass shit, instead of me going around harassing people, let me do something more positive. Let me do something that's gonna enlighten people. Let me do something that's gonna bring people together. But no, you chose to terrorize and target one specific group of people.
Entirely. So it's like, if you take gas and pour it onto a fire, eventually you're gonna get burned. Because what you are doing has the potential to harm you, and you're continuing to do it in the name of free speech. I should be able to piss off this entire group in the name of free speech. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? There's low IQ amongst every race. If you go into a trailer park and start calling white people names that they don't like, you're gonna get met with the same type of aggression as going into a black neighborhood and calling them things you shouldn't be calling them.
Exactly.
Boston, particularly,
South
is one of the few places where there are still white ghettos and white people inside of the projects, where shamrocks were spray painted on the project walls. I'm pretty sure they done knocked down Old Colony, but before they did that, there was shamrocks, Irish clovers painted on the walls because those project buildings were Irish.
Yo, real quick, I served with some folks from South Boston. Listen to me. Them white folks is different. Them white folks is different. Go to South Boston. And I'm not advising anybody to do this, but if there's some stupid, if there's somebody stupid that's black and that's stupid enough to copycat the Chud the Builder, yo, and you go to South Boston and you do this Chud the Builder shtick and his little spiel, he's not making it out of there. He's not making it out. I promise you, he's not late. That man, whoever stupid enough to go to South Boston, I specifically know about South Boston. Boston, period. It's some tough people, extremely tough, all very, very tough people. But South Boston, yo, dumb white boys, them dudes down there play no games. Don't even get it twisted. They tough as they come.
You weren't walking in there
Hood,
calling
gangster,
those white people
very gangster.
derogatory white names. It wasn't gonna go like that. You're gonna get met with exactly what you're seeking.
Right.
And you're gonna get your ass kicked. Realistic.
Nah, that's the least.
How those places
That's the least that you can worry
and
about.
always were.
That's the least
You're
you can
not
worry
gonna
about.
walk into a biker bar and start calling them this, that, and the third and expect not to get your ass kicked. So it's like, yeah, free speech, go for it, but you know what's gonna happen to you. So you can't take this situation and feel like, oh, Chud the Builder is a victim in this case. He brought on all of this shit to himself. Now, speaking from experience, now I just recently posted this video of this guy named Chud, and I think the video has almost 500,000 views on Instagram. We'll play it.
It's different. This man said, Man, killers in Philly are different. This man said, I got 15 to 30 years for a third-degree murder. Hit that boy 26 times. Overkill. At least I got another chance at life. That boy in hell where he belong at. Free me. No. Do not do anything but free him. This man is in prison with Louis Vuitton trainers on tighter than I've ever seen before. He's ready to do it again. And he didn't even look happy when he was free. He's posing the same way like he don't give a fuck about life. And I know the gangsters gonna be in the comment section like, nah, free him. Yeah, alright. Free him and put him on your block. Let him stay with you.
But the comments I received in backlash of that video was, oh, you're next. Oh, somebody need to do you like that. So someone needs to kill me because I said keep someone in prison.
Please stop.
That shows zero sympathy for what they did,
Please
is
stop.
happy with a 15 to 30 year prison sentence, and is celebrating that the person they killed is in hell. But this is the self-defense update that I want to get into, in which he's claiming this could be the end of this case for Chud.
Huge update in the Chud the Builder case. Dalton Eatherly's affidavit of complaint has been made public. In the official affidavit, not a single word about Dalton uttering a racial slur towards Joshua Fox. Not a single word about him provoking the fight. Without provocation, Dalton's legal justification of self-defense is entirely intact. January 10th, 2026, 18 weeks before the Eatherly incident, Joshua Fox had commented on Facebook showing premeditation to fight Dalton to launch his Twitch streaming career. Even if we set the self-defense aside for just a moment, the affidavit fails to outline any actual crime. Let's look at the state's own words chronologically. Dalton Eatherly and Joshua Fox engaged in a verbal altercation. A verbal argument is not a felony. At most, it's a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct that would apply to both men. But neither of them have been charged with this. Mr. Eatherly turned his body in a bladed stance towards Mr. Fox and reached for his firearm. There's nothing unlawful about taking a defensive stance and preparing to defensively draw a weapon when you are facing an angry antagonist who has followed you, who is pressing into your face and yelling at you, who is making a threat of violence towards you. Thereafter, a physical altercation ensued. Notice the passive voice. The state does not claim that Dalton Eatherly initiated this fight. If he had, you know that they would put that right here, but they didn't. What does that tell you? Joshua Fox initiated this fight, and the police and the prosecutor know this. The affidavit then states, Mr. Eatherly discharged his firearm, striking Mr. Fox multiple times. Discharging a firearm and striking an attacker is a literal definition of self-defense. It happens thousands of times every single year legally. As you know, he struck himself in the wrestling match. They try to point out that there were bystanders, and a ricocheting projectile hit a nearby wall. This is reckless. He's discharging a firearm. But if somebody's attacking you and you're trying to defend yourself, discharging the firearm is the self-defense. Statistics show that law enforcement officers routine.
Okay, I want to go back to what he said initially in the beginning, showing the paperwork. Now, this is the affidavit. On May 13, 2026, at approximately whatever, Dalton Eatherly and Joshua Fox engaged in a verbal altercation. What Ian is saying is, oh, it doesn't say that Chud said anything racist. It doesn't say that Chud did anything. Chud was clearly the victim and Joshua Fox approached him. Well, it doesn't say that either.
That's true.
If we're going to pay attention to the paperwork and add our own mix to it, we got to pay attention to what the paperwork says. It says they were engaged in a verbal altercation. So that doesn't clarify if Chud was being racist or not.
Yeah, that can be.
It doesn't clarify what was said. Then it states, during this verbal altercation, Mr. Etherly, aka Chud, turned his body in a bladed stance towards Mr. Fox and reached for his firearm. Therefore, a physical altercation ensued. Now, Ian said out of his own mouth, Joshua Fox is the one that approached Chud and popped off this whole shit. But the paperwork doesn't say that. So you can't take, oh, it doesn't say Chud was racist, so it never happened. It doesn't say Chud didn't say anything, so it didn't happen. But then add on, oh, Joshua Fox is the one that approached him. Well, the paper doesn't say that either. So you have to look at this from an unbiased perspective. The details really aren't even there. So do I think he's gonna beat this case just based off of that affidavit? No, because they're gonna take into consideration all of the witness statements. They're gonna bring in all of the officers as witnesses. They're gonna look at all of the video that's been presented. From what I saw in the video, they were already on the ground. I haven't, I mean, maybe someone can send it to me. I haven't seen the video of before the fight happened. Usually people don't start recording until it actually pops off. You know what I mean? So for him to throw out, oh, well, it doesn't say this happened, but we know this happened, that's as bullshit as the reverse. You can't add your own shit to it. Details are clearly missing in this case. This does not mean that this is just gonna get thrown out because it's self-defense. Now, Willie D, one of the members of the Ghetto Boys, a legendary rap group out of Houston, would talk about a post made by Detroit AI, Dax News, etc., in which it's titled, Chud the Builder Copycat, Chad the Antagonizer dies after targeting elderly black women on livestream. And if we take a look at Willie D's comments, that was quick, grand opening, grand closing. Play deadly games, win deadly prizes. He fucked around and found out nothing of value was lost in Detroit of all places. They need to stop playing with us. Judgment came swiftly. It's time to tool up. Just won't leave us alone. They better stop playing with us. Right on, right on. The attention they are getting is not the attention they were expecting. We keep saying, leave us alone. The ancestors have said, not today, Satan. These comments are more so celebrating someone got smoked for trying a black woman, right?
Nah, they're not. I wouldn't categorize those comments as celebrating. Those comments are just as simple. Listen, you asked, you got what you asked for. That's what that is. Those comments are leave us the F alone. Those comments are we're not going backwards. That's what those comments mean. Those comments are not just saying somebody lost their life and another person, from what I understand, is on the run from this. So, you know what I'm saying? He may possibly lose his life behind this. So, listen, there's nothing to celebrate. Leave us alone. But we're not going to sit there. We're not going back. We're not the black man and the black woman of you know what I'm saying, we shall overcome, and singing old Negro spirituals and hymns and all. Those days is over for us. We're not going backwards, and we're not sitting there doing this. We already done been through all the marches and all that. We're not doing that no more, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. Like I'm not condoning violence by no means, but leave us alone. Straight up, man. Just leave us the F alone.
We go to the post. It states a horrific confrontation at a Joy Road gas station left 21-year-old live streamer Chad the Antagonizer dead after what police say began as a racist social media stunt inspired by controversial creator Chud the Builder. Witnesses say Chad approached 75-year-old Pauline Barnes while she was pumping gas, called her Mammy and Aunt Jemima before turning his attention to her grandson Douglas.
Hold on, let's let that sink in for a second. This elderly black lady was pumping gas at the gas station, minding her business. This young white punk with this Confederate red hat on approaches her and starts calling her names, starts calling her racial slurs. Let's let that soak. And her grandson is sitting in the car. First of all, I want to say the grandson should not have been sitting in the car when that woman was pumping the gas. You know what I'm saying? So, but that right there kind of tells me that there's something might have been wrong with this young dude. There might have been something off with the grandson. There's plenty of people that's off. They're 7:30. They're not playing with a full deck. Got 48, 49 cars in the deck. It's a useless deck, but it's still a deck. So listen.
During the live stream, Chad allegedly yelled, "Don't be a lazy blank. Why aren't you pumping the gas?" before mocking him to viewers by saying this blank is aping out. Police say Douglas snapped, knocking Chad unconscious before allegedly dousing him in gasoline and setting him on fire with a cigarette. The flames quickly spread.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Okay, listen, let's let the second half of this sink in. This punk gets knocked out, which deservedly so. Yo, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and celebrate or condone or be happy that this guy he's been unalive. It's a sad situation. But at the same time, you did this to yourself. Leave people alone. That black woman was not bothering you by no means, by any means. Leave people the F alone. I'm gonna let this play out because I'm gonna finish this off what I got something to say about how you really need to leave our black mothers and our grandmothers and our black women alone.
It doesn't take long to realize that the story is bullshit. Dax News makes satire, crazy stories, and it's all fake. And he doesn't present them as real. He lets people know, like, yo, these are made up stories. These aren't real. I post these things. But there's danger in that, right? Because if you look at the comments section, I hope this is a true story. Brother Douglas and Sister Pauline did the world a huge favor. Great day when hate dies. Waka Flocka even clapped and liked this, you know? Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka, who has a degree, who literally just sat down with Jake Paul saying, "Oh, why do you think it's okay to do blackface?" And Jake Paul was like, "Well, why is it okay for Drewski to do whiteface?" Waka is clapping in applause of this situation.
That's because what Drewski did was in complete taste, and it was actually funny.
Gonna be a lot more stories like this that they keep playing around. Where's his grave? I'll piss on it. All these people are celebrating
that's wrong.
this. When the whole time, this whole page is nothing but fake stories. And he, the owner of this page, would even post Willie D's video and say, "Hey bozo, why does your thumbnail say it finally happened?" If you know it was just a satire story Dax News made because you knew it would get views. So basically he is admitting, yo, the video was fake, or the post was fake, but you're trying to profit off of it, whatever, right?
Okay, look, I understand. Well, I don't know.
Well, the danger in creating the fake post is all the people in the comments that think it's real and think that there's some form of uprising and, oh, a white guy got killed, it's about time, it's this, it's that. All of this stems from Chud the Builder. All of this stems from antagonizing people, and then when something happens, whether it's real or not, they support it. And then you find yourself splitting into two groups, where this group thinks they're defending themselves from this crazy group, and this group feels like they're defending themselves and finally getting back. And it's just created more separation that this country doesn't fucking need. A fake news story is getting love, praising the death of someone that never existed, based off a real person who started a whole bunch of bullshit for no fucking reason. And now Chud is acting like the victim in this situation. Do I think Chud the Builder is innocent in this case? I don't. I really don't. But if a guy went all the way out of his way to confront him and a fight happened, that guy got what he was looking for as well, right?
The guy did not go there looking for Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder, like, he did on the same stick, went there. They both was there for official reasons. The guy was not there looking for him. Chud the Builder seen him, does his same little stick approach, you know what I'm saying, and spoke to him first. Like, come on, man. Like, he got exactly what he asked for. He did this to himself.
Completely defend himself, we're not gonna know until we actually get all of the facts in the situation. Do I think he should be found guilty? If he antagonized the situation and then shot the guy, absolutely yes, but we can't base the verdict of this case on what he's done before. it's gonna come down to what happened in this situation. Do I think Chud is a respectable person for what he does? No. Do I think he's really fighting for free speech? No. I think he's using it in his own way to justify racism, prejudice, hate. That's what I think Chud is doing. And I don't like the fact that patriotism is being aligned with racism. I don't agree with it. I don't support it. That's just me and my view on these things. It's 1090 Jake.
Alright, so look, he did a fabulous job as always. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's some things in there I didn't agree with him on, but that's alright. I don't agree with nobody on everything. That's just me. I'm not a yes man. Never have been. Never will be. So with that being said, I don't want to get into too much. There's a whole lot. There's a whole lot I like. There was a lot there. But look, man, whether this story, whether the copycat story is real or not. The fact of the matter is the Chud the Builder story is real. That one is definitely real. The copycat, that may or may not be real. Whether it's real or not, who knows? But look, leave us alone. That's the point. Whether it's real or not, leave us alone. Just like in that story, you know what I mean? The same way that story that black people minding their business, doing what they need to do, and here comes this evil white dude, this stupid white kid and playing stupid games, and he won stupid prizes. Same thing with Chud. Black people sitting there minding their business. Chud want to, you know what I mean, do his little shtick, his little spiel, the chipping out the smooth brain activity, the one brain cell activity. And he got exactly what he deserved and asked for, because he did that to himself. So yes, I am happy that I'm glad that man is alive. Nobody got unalive, but trust when I tell you, Chud, he learned a valuable lesson, and hopefully his lesson still will continue. Leave us the F alone. We're not out there bothering nobody. We're not out there trying to pay white America back for any past discretions. We're not trying to get even. We're not trying to do none of those things. We're just trying to live life. We're just trying to get by to it. We're just trying to make it to another day. Feed our families. Get ahead in life, man. Try to leave our kids some type of legacy. You know what I'm saying? Try to slice out a piece of the American dream. That's all we're trying to do. Has nothing to do with hate. Has nothing to do with trying to oppress anybody. None of those things, man. That's it. And this Chud the Builder dude, he got to go around doing this, antagonizing black people. You know what I'm saying? Talking about free speech. Free speech has nothing to do with your fellow citizens. Free speech is protection. Is there as a protection against the government. So that when you say something like he gets to go around saying what he's saying, it's not there to protect him against. Free speech is not to protect you against your fellow citizens. It's there to protect you from the government, so that the government can't come and say, hey, you've been saying these, you've been using this word, or you've been saying this in your videos. Now you can go to jail for specifically saying these things. That's what the First Amendment is for. It's to protect you from that. Like I said, I don't want to. There's a whole bunch of different directions I can go in, because there was a lot in this. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna keep y'all up too much longer. Yo, you guys, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to the newcomers, and welcome to the channel. I'm trying to build a family here, so please be patient with me. We will get things rocking and rolling real smoothly and on a more consistent basis really soon. I'm J King the One. I'll see you guys on the next round of Crazy. One.